Nespresso pods cost a lot of money. Is there actually a way to reuse them? Welcome to Coffee in My Veins, made by coffee lovers for coffee lovers. In this video, we're going to see if it's possible to reuse Nespresso capsules. As you know, Nespresso pods cost a lot of money. So to see if there is some way to make a pod go further, I did some research. I came across a post that suggested pulling 2 shots from the same capsule or using a homemade foil cap to reseal the pod. To compare, first I'll pull a shot from a brand new pod. It takes quite a few pumps to generate enough pressure. You can see once the shot starts pulling that there's a very nice and thick crema. And the shot itself is rich and dark. It tastes really good too, just as you'd expect. Next, I'll just add some more hot water and pull a second shot. It takes far less pressure to get the coffee flowing, and you can see that the shot is much lighter in color. This is not surprising considering most of the flavor is extracted in the first go. The taste of the shot is also very watered down and weak. I would hardly consider this to actually be an espresso shot. Now to try refilling the pod. I'll ready a foil cap by tracing around the pod on a piece of foil and cutting the circle out with a little bit extra just to be able to seal the lip of the pod. Use a knife to remove the seal. Empty out the grounds and rinse the pod out. I've got some freshly ground coffee to a fine consistency, which I'll fill in the pod, level it off, and seal. Note that I am not tamping the coffee here. The resulting brew was okay at best. It was still very light in color, lighter than it should be for medium roasted coffee, which I was using in this case. There's also not much crema, and the flavor is okay. It's hardly intense enough to be considered espresso. So I decided to try again using the same coffee beans, but this time I would tamp the coffee down to get more into the pod. Since I don't have a tamping tool which is small enough to fit in the pot, I'm just using my fingers to tamp the coffee down as best as I can. This time the brew was definitely stronger. There was more crema, it required more pressure to brew, and the flavor was also richer. But it was still light in color and nowhere near the intensity of a factory sealed shot. The bottom line, if you want to use Nespresso, you'll have to get fresh factory sealed pods for every cup. There are some manufacturers who make third-party pods which are much cheaper. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And check out the site at coffeeinmyveins.com.